Hello, this is RICKY, the Android Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Android Weekly / Android Q&A. We go over all latest news that happened during the week in mobile and then answer your questions live. If you have a question you would like to ask, just stay tuned. Normally we're always at 8 p.m. on the dot every Sunday. This week, because of the Oscars and because of my second channel, I had to finish watching that so that I can make a video right after this one about my Oscar recap. So, thank you as always for watching. Let's get started with the first bit of news. Again, if you have any questions you would like to ask and you're watching live, just ask it down below in the comment section. However, if you're not watching live, just email me at asktheandroidguy@gmail.com right over here. And hopefully I will answer your question next week on next week's episode. Alright, let's get to it and start with the first bit of news that happened during the week. And the first bit of news is coming from HTC. And they finally teased the M10, hashtag power of 10. And this is kind of interesting because we haven't heard anything from HTC. They've been nothing but crickets. And like I said before, my feeling was it was going to be because they were really focused on the HTC Vive really getting a lot of steam throughout MWC while everyone else was doing phones. Now, this does seem to be the case because, again, they still haven't said anything about the one M10, and I don't think it's going to be coming out till maybe late April, maybe early May. I think that's a good kind of traction for them, actually, because then they get out of the Samsung's way, they get out of LG's way, and then they have their own month in May. I would say it's probably the best time they could come out. But I'm kind of curious. I don't know what HTC can really do. Their executive was recently in an interview, and they did say they are going to do some amazing things to the camera, which is HTC's biggest pain point, really, is their camera has been their biggest pain point. It's definitely the reason why I have not personally wanted an HTC as my main phone for the last 2 years, because the camera has been subpar, and that's being kind. So yeah, just camera has not been that good, and that's the main reason why I haven't got one as my daily driver for a while. Alright, as we move on, Samsung introduces a blazing new fast UFS drive. The UFS drive is the built-in storage that is currently in their mobile products. And this new one goes all the way up to 256. And the reason why that's so exciting, of course, is are we going to get this for the Note 6? The Note 6 is coming out later this year, most likely, August through October, at some point between those 3 months. My guess is August, maybe September, but I would say I would put my money on August. But really, the interesting part about this is it going to be a faster, or not faster, but more storage? Samsung has decided with the S7 to only have 32 gigs of storage. So will they have 64 gigs starting off, then 128, and then 256? Or even is it just going to be at 64 gig? I think if we don't see 3, I think the third one will be 256. And, if you're trying to get to business customers and customers that are really buying your product for VR, which I feel that the Note is going to really push for its VR dominance, because of this 2 weeks ago I think we got information that the Note 6 might be the first one with a gig of RAM for dedicated graphics card, which would be insane if it has that. I know it's something that I would definitely be excited for. So really interesting to see what things come out for the Note 6. So far the Note 6 is sounding like it will be so far ahead of everything else that's on the market. So I can't wait till it comes out. Alright, in other news, Apple patent victory over Samsung has been overturned. Now, this is nothing new. Samsung, I believe, has won 3 overturns now with Apple, although the biggest one is still there. That's the one, I believe it was about 580 or 620 million. So those ones are still there. What will come of it? That we have to wait and see, kind of thing. Overall, I think that in terms of what we will see with Samsung and Apple will really determine how patents are in the technology realm going forward. This one was something that, it was a smaller pen, and it was about the devices from the S3 to the Note 2. And as you can see, all these court hearings are way, way back in the past. But it's really interesting to see how much is. Oh, there we go. They still have. This is still, the other one is 548 million. That is the one that's still active, and originally it was awarded $1 billion, but that was appealed, and there was a return that half of those patents were considered invalid. The other patents have been considered invalid now, so it is most likely that when this goes to the Supreme Court, that this one will be overturned as well, because of the fact that it just will not be successful. So far Samsung has won or gotten almost every single court battle overturned, which is what we want to see, because if companies are able to make patents, ban products, and ban things from coming out, then it's just going to be chaos. So yes. But in other very interesting news, speaking between the whole Samsung and Apple war, Foxconn buys Sharp for $6.2 billion. Now, why is this important? Well, Sharp is one of the only other panel manufacturers for televisions, or screens rather, that also supplies for Apple. And the reason why this is so important is because Apple has been trying to get away from Samsung for so long in terms of panels. But despite their best efforts, LG, Sharp, and Sony cannot provide the same amount of panels that Samsung can alone. Think about that. 4 manufacturers cannot supply the same amount as one manufacturer. That's really impressive. And that's the kind of strength that Samsung has in their manufacturing when it comes to screens. Now, the reason why this is so important is because if Foxconn, a heavily big supplier, the biggest supplier of Apple, buys Sharp, well, then Apple might say, hey, we want you to really invest more money now into Sharp's screen panel division and make more panels so that we can finally leave Samsung. So that would be where I think this is going, but it will take, of course, a few couple of years before this can come to pass. But it's a really interesting notion that if Foxconn now buys Sharp, that finally Apple might make their own screens one day at least. Well, not make their own screens, but again, still have more control over it would be the better choice of words. And in the last bit of news, Tidal. Have you heard of it? Most people haven't, because it's not really anything important. But I joke. But really, it's Jay-Z's music service, and Samsung has started re-talks of negotiation to buy it out. Tidal does have a couple of streamers. I think it's about 1 million a monthly subscribers, which isn't, again, that big of a deal, but it's probably more than Samsung has with their Milk Music service. So I can see why they would want it, and just, to have that kind of relationship with artists such as Jay-Z, such as Beyonce, such as Nicki Minaj, such as Kanye West. But you have that ability to have those kind of strong connection with top artists. And if you can then have that kind of connection, then hopefully you will be able to, of course, get more exclusives than Samsung could have had otherwise. Obviously, right now, no one really uses Milk Music as much, and part of that reason is because it's only on theirs. You can't get it like on iOS or other things like that, which Samsung says they're working on, but it's taking too long for sure. All right, so that was the news for the week. So now let's get into the questions that were asked during the week. Again, if you have a question you would like to ask, just leave it down in the comments section, or email me at asktheandroidguy@gmail.com, and hopefully I will answer next week. So let's get to the first bit of questions that were asked. And trying to get everything on my Wi-Fi so it'll be a better, smoother video. All right, so the first question comes from Steve and Kathy. I have a Tab 3 12.2. Tab Tab. I think it was the Tab 3 Pro, or Tab Pro 12.2. I don't think there was a Tab 3 Pro. Could be wrong. It's been a while. With Handcom, I want to do a speech to text input with my Bluetooth headset. Is it available in H Word? Do I use another program to copy into H Word? Am I just out of luck here? Oh, is there an external keyboard shortcut to turn speech to text on and off? Okay, so it's actually a lot simpler than this. For when you're inside of H Word, you just pull up the keyboard. Once the keyboard is up, you just tap the microphone button. Once you have a microphone button, you are doing text to speech, and you can completely type an entire speech, and Google will keep doing the text to speech as you talk. So that is it. That's all you need to do. Is if you do that text to speech, that's it. It will go fully, and you'll be able to type everything just by speaking it. So that's all you need to be able to do. When you're wearing a Bluetooth headset, just pull up the keyboard, and there's a microphone in that keyboard, and as soon as you push it, it will give you the text to speech. Now, it's important to note that if you removed either the Google app or the voice search app, text to speech will not work. So if you're not seeing that mic on the bottom of your keyboard, that's why. So yeah. All right, the next question comes from Harry. And Harry asked 3 questions, so I decided that would be 3 other questions for us today. So, is there a way to get around the listening to high volume for a long time may damage your hearing? I tap OK, the volume increases to safe levels. It seems to happen when I reboot the phone, and I reboot daily. So yeah, there is no way to get around this without rooting, unfortunately. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, it's basically if you restart your phone and you turn the volume up and you're connected through Bluetooth or through a headphone jack, it will tell you, wait, just letting you know, this will damage your ears if you turn it up too high. We have to let you know this for safety purposes. You hit OK, then you turn it all the way up, and you now have it at max volume. Unfortunately, companies have to do that legally. They legally have to do that. It's very annoying, but they have to do that. And how it works on Android is that they do it to have it so that, you know, once you pass a certain point, you basically have to hit OK every time it's rebooted. And yeah, there is no way around that. Every time it is rebooted, that's when it will come up again. I reboot my phone about once a week to once every 3 days, 4 days if it's acting sluggish. But otherwise, you do not need to do it. So yes, that's all there is to it. You said on your show last week you drive to work daily using your GPS, Google Maps, and YouTube playing at the same time. How do I get around the maps talking, then YouTube and all that kind of stuff? It's actually very simple. I just don't have the maps talk. I put the map part on silence, which you can do by when you're in navigation. You can hit the little voice part off, so it will not speak the turn-by-turn navigation part. I can still see it, and obviously if I wanted to see glance or just basically have in my peripheral vision a map and YouTube, it's right here in my car, so it's still seeable through my line of sight. So because of that, I don't really need the turn-by-turn navigation. I just look at it when I need to see which is my next turn. So yeah, so that's the way I get around it. I actually just turn that part off, and then that way the YouTube stays at the same volume level the entire time. Is there an app someone calls that it rings softly and it gets louder? I use the T-Mobile jingle and it scares. If I'm not mistaken, that's built into the phone on Samsung, but it depends on the carrier. So let me see on my T-Mobile one if that does call alert. Maybe not for T-Mobile. It does. Samsung does have it on some of their phones, but it might not be available on T-Mobile. Let me go under sounds. No, at least for the T-Mobile version, does not seem off the top of my head that it does have that ability. So as of right now, I would say no, that it doesn't have it. Um, they do have it for their alarm part, but they don't have it for the ringer part, which they do have in the international version of that phone, but not in the T-Mobile version. So yes. All right, now let's get to the questions in the contacts part. Again, if you have, or sorry, in the contacts part, in the chat board, if you have a question you would like to ask, just feel free to ask it right now in the chat board. Just type it in right now and we'll get to all of them as we go along. All right. It's 11 p.m. Central, no show tonight. Yeah, sorry. I do apologize again for the late show start. You know, I do like to have it at 8 p.m. Pacific Coast time every time. Unfortunately, though, we were not able to do it on time today because of the Oscars. I have another channel that's a movie channel, so I kind of had to watch the Oscars, and so I can do a recap show after filming this weekly show. So stay tuned for that on the Mainstream Movie Guy channel. That will be coming up next. Is there going to be a Note 2 Edge? No, there will never be a Note 2 Edge. At least nothing in the works from Samsung. If you're wondering why, it's just because of the fact that people love the S6 Edge more, and you cannot. I go over this This is turning into the new marshmallow question for the Note every week question. That basically, why is there not been another Note Edge, or will there be a Note Edge? It's simply because of this. The Note, the pen needs to be in the corner. You can't put it in either corner when it's an edge panel because it doesn't have enough room. So therefore you have to put it more like in the middle, right? Problem with that, you have speakers, you have headphone jack, and you have micro USB. Not to mention, in the back of this phone you're going to have a battery that takes up a lot of the space, and so on the S7 design you have a battery that's right here, and then you have the heatsink, micro RAM, storage, everything on the other side. So you literally have all that on one side and then the battery on the other side. There's no room for a Note with a dual edge display, and that's why there is no Note Edge coming. Hi, how are you? Tomorrow is the big day for a lot of people in T-Mobile, including myself. S7 started shipping. Screw you guys. All right, I ordered my S7 Edge the first day I could, but I got the silver one, and that one has not shipped yet, like the black one has apparently to everyone. So screw you. No, congratulations, guys. Honestly, that's awesome that you guys can get it that early. That's insane. It's like a week early. It doesn't come out to the 11th. And everyone, I have not gotten my notification yet for the shipping. I'm very upset. T-Mobile, I demand you send it to me early. If you're watching, send me my S7 Edge Silver Titanium early, and I'll do videos with you for you. All right. Whoa, we just got a bunch of questions. S7 or S7 Edge, or should I wait for the iPhone 5 SE? Well, let me clarify something. The 5 SE is nowhere going to be near the quality of the S7. It might not even be at the quality of the S6, but that would be a much, much better comparison compared to the S7. The S7 will beat out the iPhone 5 SE by far, but it's not meant to compete against it. The 5 SE is meant to compete against the cheapest price point Android devices. It is not meant to compete against the S7, and I really wouldn't put it in the same league as the S6. The S6 is more in the league of the iPhone 6s. So no, I wouldn't. It's below those two. It's more like the iPhone 5 SE versus like the S5 Active for Samsung. It's an older phone, but just with a new outside. But yeah. Did he already talk about the Note 6 already? Yes, I did. We were talking about the storage size. Samsung has made a built-in storage for smartphones up to 256, which could very well be in the Note 6. So that's really exciting if that's true. Uh, my niece lost my mom's Galaxy Tab Pro. What's a good Samsung replacement around $200? A good one would probably, if you're going for Samsung, it would probably be the Galaxy Tab A. Now, I'm not sure how much this tablet is right now. So that is actually $200 right now. So the Galaxy Tab A 8-inch is a 16 gigabyte storage tablet. The biggest thing about that tablet is it comes with full Microsoft Office completely free. So that is a really big thing about it, and that is the one you should get for $200 if you want a Samsung tablet. So yeah, that's what we talked about for the Note 6. Looks like a couple of people. Do you think they will raise the price of the Note 6? I think the Note 6 will be the price of the S7 Edge. So yes, that would make it a higher price point because the Note series dropped in price last year compared to years before. So yeah, I would say it's going to be the price of the S7 Edge, which is $799. So I would say that the Note will probably be around that price point. Looking for isolation headphones. What's your recommendation? I do not review headphones as much as a lot of other people do. Currently, I would still say my best in-ear ones are the LG Tones. I love them. They're probably the best quality ones. They're the ones that my fiance uses on a daily basis. Those. The Infinims are their best quality ones right now, although they are coming out with new ones when the G5 comes out next month. So depending if you need in-ear ones and you can wait, you should wait for that. Ones that I absolutely fell in love with in terms of noise cancellation wise are the Samsung headphones, the Level On Pros. These I believe are 250. They go up to 299, 250 depending on if they're on sale or not. So these are really great for smaller, compact, portable ones where the noise cancellation is amazing. However, I'm not as big of a fan of the on-ear as I am of the over-ear. So I would still say my favorite headphones to take on a airplane when I need complete silence around me and noise cancellation would be the level overs from Samsung. Those were originally $350. They've gone down in price, of course, by now. But those are the best noise cancellation headphones, and because they're not on your ear, they never wear down, like tighten around it, and you can wear it for a long time without sweating. So those would probably be my favorite over-the-ear headphones as of right now. Does floating app windows on the S7? Yes, floating app windows are available on the S7. So yes, that is available. Have you tried no app drawer on the S7? What do you think Android N will take it off? I hate no app drawer. It was actually one of my biggest issues with the Huawei Mate 8. I think no app drawer is horrible. This is Android, it's not iOS. I always want an app drawer. If stock Android takes the app drawer away, well then I'll keep using a fucking launcher and I'll put my app drawer right back because screw you. I'm gonna have my app drawer. I do not want no app drawer. I really dislike no app drawer. I find it appalling. So no, I have not switched the S7 to the no app drawer. It is quickly and easily find. It will be on my hidden features video under the Galaxy Labs section. And yeah, I've already made the 10 hidden feature video. We just can't post it yet. So as soon as we can, we'll post the first 10 hidden features. And I'm currently working on the second 10 hidden features. So we'll have a total of 20 before the S7 is released. So yeah, lots of hidden features coming for you guys. Lots of really interesting ones too. Lots of really cool stuff that they've added that we've not had on hidden feature videos before. What do you think about Android N not having an app drawer? Yeah, so I kind of answered that right now. I really can't stand it. I can't. I need my app drawer. I just need it. Fuck it. I will not be a part of that. Is I guess the way I feel towards it. I will not be a part of Android N not having an app drawer. I feel it's going to be one of those things like that. If Android tries it, they're going to get a lot of negative feedback, and they're going to have a backdoor to put it back. Just like LG. You saw how quickly people were pissed off about the G5. I was one of them. I was like, oh man, this is really cool. No app drawer. Fuck you. Like I was just like, I was like so happy about the G5, and then he said no app drawer, and I was like, fuck you. I'm not gonna do that. No, yeah. So, and then they're like, no, wait. There is a way to get the app drawer. You just have to go to our simple home, and then you have your app drawer again. But if you don't use that one, then you use the one without an app drawer. Yeah, they quickly changed their mind on that shit. So no, there was so much negative feedback for LG G5 not having an app drawer. I don't know if Android will try it, but I guarantee you, it just should be a choice. That's all there is to it. It should be a choice if you want the app drawer or not. Perfect. Absolutely. Give people that choice. Android is about choice. You should give your consumers that choice, but do not force it upon us because we will get pissed off. What do you, how much GPS and YouTube waste your battery on the way to work? Actually, with my fast charger from Samsung, so I have the adaptive fast charger for the car, it doesn't drain my battery, and I actually still charge it. So yeah. How's your S7 working? It's working amazing. I use it. It is. I already have the review up. We just again can't post it yet, but I've already recorded my review. It has exceeded my expectation, and I will say this: it is the best S series phone Samsung has made in years. I would say not since the S3 has there been this good of an S series phone that really didn't have any reasons why you shouldn't buy it. So yeah. Yeah, so that's all things on the app drawer. What are your thoughts on the S7, LG G5, and Mi 5? So the Xiaomi phone, I just don't know enough about it. Like, I mean, I know what I've seen online and everything like that, but I'm just not familiar enough with them. And the company said that, yeah, they have no plans for the US right now, in terms of this phone. You know, they're obviously in China, they're launching this in India as well, and they will make it available in other countries, but they just do not see themselves in certain countries yet, US being one of them. So, I mean, my thoughts on the G5 is it's an amazing phone. I love the modular design. Can't wait to try it, but we'll have to see how well it stacks up to its biggest competitor, the S7, which the S7 has thus far been amazing. So, yeah. I'm going to take the glasses off because I can see well enough, but I can't. It's so much of a shine, it's like annoying me. I don't have my contacts today, which I normally wear. So I just kind of have to open my eyes wider. Let's see. I got the silver and it's on the way tomorrow. I don't like you, Guillermo. No, congratulations, man. That's awesome. That you can look at that. You're getting it tomorrow. That is more than a week early. You're getting it on Monday, on the 29th, when it doesn't come out till March 11th. That's awesome. Congratulations on that. Just out of curious, you don't have to tell me even city where you live, but what state do you live in? I'm just curious of like if it's certain regions in the US that people are getting it faster, or what is it? Because I thought it was colors. I thought everyone that I've seen that's getting a black is getting it already quicker, but I have not seen anything on the silver side. You're the first one that told me the silver is getting early. So I'm just curious of what part of the country are you in? Can you explain how wireless charging works through a phone case? S7. So this is the S7 with a phone case on it. Lots of case reviews coming out. I big shout out to OtterBox and Spec. I have literally a stack of cases to review over here. So lots of cases going to be reviewing soon for you guys. So yeah, we'll test them all out. But so wireless charging basically. Wireless charging needs about an inch to connect. That's how much it has. But it has about an inch to about an inch and a half, 2 inches. I think 2 inches is the maximum. But really, you want it in an inch to make a strong connection. So it works through a coil that is on the phone, and a coil that's on the receiver, so that when you're charging it, it will charge wirelessly like that, like so. So yeah, it'll just charge it wirelessly, and that's how it'll charge it through the case. Without a case, is it going to be better? Yeah, it'll be a bit quicker without a case, actually. Does that matter, though, as much to most people? No, because you're used to having a case, and it's better than taking your case on and off. Now, the only thing is metal disrupts the coil's connection, so you cannot have a metal case with it. So that's important to note. You're an awesome reviewer. Thank you. I appreciate that, Technology King. I'm also a YouTuber. I have 12,000 subs. Bro, give me some tips, please. Shout out. Technology King, congratulations. Yeah, go subscribe to him. I haven't checked out his videos yet, but always definitely. It's really something. In terms of tips, we did a lot of tips last week or on the 4-year anniversary. We talked about a lot about the differences of how you get paid through YouTube and what to do, and do what you love, do it consistently, and people will watch you eventually. I mean, it's funny to think that it feels like just the other day I hit the 100,000 subscriber mark to get that plaque, and now I'm already at 134. So it's just like, it's so fast how 34,000 subscribers gained in a shorter time period than I was able to get 30,000 before. So it's just the momentum does move up, and that's what's so great about this, is that yes, it keeps moving up. It's a great feeling, and it's a very humbling feeling, and saying that as you keep going, it's just so awesome. So yeah. Samsung S7, S7 Edge or Note 6. I don't know the Note. I know the Note 6 isn't out yet, but do you think the Note 6 will be better? So, will the Note 6 be better than the Galaxy S7 Edge? Yes. Yes, it will. There's no doubt in my mind. Right now, we're hearing preliminary stuff about the S6, that it's going to have 6 gigs of RAM. It's going to have a dedicated graphics card with 1 gig of RAM on the graphics card, which is unheard of on a phone. It's going to have a newer processor. It's going to have all these things. So yes, absolutely. Already with that alone, besides any features that they might add, with that hardware alone, it will blow away the S7 Edge. Does that mean you shouldn't buy the S7 Edge? No, I'm not saying that. It's more of a matter of, do you need a phone now? Would you really want a phone now? Or would you want to wait for the Note? The Note, yes, it will be a better phone, but will it be the phone for you? Maybe not. One thing that I guarantee the Note will not have, almost guarantee, I am like 90% sure the Note 6 will not be water resistant. With an S Pen, it's just too hard to make a phone water resistant. So I'm almost guaranteeing that the Note 6 will not be water resistant. So if water resistance is important to you, then that would make a good case to get the S7 Edge over the Note 6. So it just always depends on what features each product will have. But if you're asking me overall, will the Note 6 be better? Yes. Yes, it will. That's why it comes out 6 months later, when they've developed and fine-tuned new hardware and new software technology. So that's a long time in the technology realm. So yeah, absolutely, the Note 6 will be better. Will the IR return on the Note 6? I have no hope for the IR Blaster anymore. I have no hope for the IR Blaster anymore. I love it. I miss it. I'm really pissed about it. But yeah, I so pissed about it. Yeah. I heard T-Mobile is releasing it today. Oh yeah, that's right, Guillermo. That's right. So yeah, see, Guillermo's getting in Las Vegas, and Eric is saying I heard the T-Mobile is releasing it today. Um, so they are not releasing it today, but they did ship out some today, and they shipped out some early. John Ledger even said to one guy that said like, "Thank you, John Ledger. I'm getting it tomorrow." He's like, there's nothing greater than having your S7 before almost everyone else does." And so, he was like, "Oh, that's great, that they're getting it out." Secretly, he might have been pissed, like, "What the fuck are we doing?" Kind of thing. But yeah, it's really great that that is going that well. Also, what do you think is a good glass screen protector brand? I think a good glass screen protector brand is definitely going to be in the oldie but goodie Zag InvisiShield, and InvisiShield is making a glass screen protector for the S7 Edge. It's the first time they're making it glass screen protector for the Edge display, and they're making it. So yeah, I keep meaning to. I need to email Zag about that, and I promise you guys I will do that. I'll email Zag so that they can send us one, and that I can show you how it fits on there and how it feels and everything. So yeah. I'm looking for a smartwatch that will tell me notifications. I don't want anything complicated. I want some. I want something small too. I'm thinking about the Pebble Time. You heard that stores will start selling the S7 Monday. As far as I know, the launch date is March 11th. I'm looking this up currently because you guys got me thinking. No, yeah, everything is saying the T-Mobile launch date is March 11th. Um, the pre-orders live started on the 23rd or 24th, depending on different things. But yeah, no, everything from T-Mobile is saying that it will be available March 11th. So whether that is some people that have been saying that it'll be released earlier, possibly, but everything that I just read says T-Mobile is saying that it will be launched March 11th. So yeah. Um, so for a smartwatch with just notifications, yeah, the Pebbles are good for that. I mean, there's nothing too much about it. The new Fitbit one as well, the one that's looks more like a smartwatch. That one's another one. If you just want notifications, I mean that's all you need, right? Um, yeah, that's all you need. I used to use this one as well, just for notifications. Gear Fit. Again, just for notifications, that's all you need. And this one lasted about 3 days, 4 days of battery life. But yeah, depends on how much battery life you need and how much battery life you want. But yeah, I'm more used to regular smartwatches, so I'm used to that style more so. But if you just want an inexpensive and smaller one, yeah, I mean, can't go wrong with that. Um, Another good one you might want to look into, but again, it might be a little bit more, is the Asus Zenfone 2. Or Zenfone, Zen Watch 2. Um, I'm just trying to look for the smaller one. So yeah, the smaller one for the Zen Watch 2 is 149. Um, so I mean that would be a great one in my opinion for sure. Definitely one I would check out. Let me just show you. See, so the Zen Watch 2. Oh wait, this is a 49. We want the 45. So the 45 millimeters, the smaller version of the watch, because there's two different sizes, and so I mean that's a great one. So it looks like they only, at least Best Buy only has it in one color for the 45. But you can probably get a different color on even Google's website or something else along those lines. So yeah. All right. Um, have I used the Moto Hint? If so, what do you think about it? I have used the Moto Hint, and I'm personally not a fan. We did review it here actually. You can check it out. It was the Moto Hint second generation, and it was horrible. The battery life was just appalling. It was just horrible, and I just did not enjoy it at all. I am getting a new headphones that are similar to that, but they're 2 years and they were from Kickstarter. So I will be reviewing that when it comes out. I think it comes out in April. So yeah, we'll be getting that in April. I was a Kickstarter backer, and yeah, so we'll be getting that soon. Um, a lot of people are calling T-Mobile stores. I read it in T-Mobile news. Yeah. Um, at least again, what they're saying, T-Mobile themselves are saying is it is March 11th. So I'm curious. I'll see. I'm gonna go to T-Mobile tomorrow and see, because if not, I'll freaking cancel my order and then just get it in store. Absolutely. Bro, what you think? 2016 is mobile vendors, should they listen to the consumers on what they want on a phone? Like S7 has SD card now. Um, in terms of listening to consumers, that is a big part of, what will make people happy and what will make people buy your phones. With Samsung, they took a heavy hit with the SD card. I know why they did it. Most people do not know that you need a fast speed memory card. If you put a memory card in the S7 and it's slower than 40 megabits per second, your phone will move to a crawl. It's not going to work at all. So yeah, I might get that. I might get like an old piece of crap memory card, put it in here, and just show the difference of like it doesn't work. So yeah, I might do that. I might do a video like that. I really would like a water resistant phone, but like you said, the Note 6 will probably not be water resistant because of the pen. Do you think there will make a big phone like the Note, but without a pen, with the water resistance capability? The S7 Edge? I mean, that's a 5.5-inch screen. It's almost as big as the Note, and it is water resistant. So that would be the phone that they would have for that kind of larger screen size and water resistant. I have a Gear S. Do you think I should upgrade to the Gear S2? I would wait at this point. I mean, if you can wait till August. August, I think the Gear S3 will come out, so I would wait at this point, but that's me. Is the Gear S2 better than the Gear S? Yeah, I would say so. I think the interface is better app support now, and I just better overall look in my opinion. But I would personally, I mean, my brother has the Gear S and he loves it. He loves the bigger screen. I would wait till the Gear S3 personally, and that will probably be released with the Note in August. What speed S card for the S7? So you need a high-speed memory card. And yeah, so this is what I mean. So hopefully you guys can see this, and we'll focus in on it just so you can. All right, so you see how this says, now this is a little faster than you might need, but you see how this says 90 megabits per, 95 megabits per second in terms of read speed? That is what you're looking for when you're looking for the speed of your memory card. You minimum want a total of 40 megabits per second on the S7. So yeah, that's the minimum you want on a memory card for the S7. So there you go. How do I get my S7 so early? Connections. Once you have connections in the industry, they ship you a lot of things early. They do a lot of things, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so that's the speed of the SD card. I would get a Samsung Evo micro SD card. See, but you want the Evo Plus because the Evo one had issues already because that was at the borderline for speed. So the Evo Plus would be a better recommendation. So you see how this one, the Pro, is called the Pro Plus. They have an Evo Plus, and that is perfect. Same thing with a SanDisk. They have an Ultra Plus. The Plus ones are the ones that are newer, and they're the ones that I would recommend for speed. Sorry, a lot of different. What do you think about this SD card? Just got from Amazon for my S7 Edge. The PNY U3 Turbo Performance 64 gig up to 90 megabits per second. So that's a good one. The only thing is, if you actually there have been comparisons to micro SD cards, and the difference is the word right there, up to, right? And don't get me wrong, the Samsung says the same thing, but in terms of highest consistent speeds, it is dramatically different on the PNY cards and other manufacturers. SanDisk and Samsung are the top rated ones for consistently staying at a high speed. So if you want your phone to move faster, I would recommend getting the fastest speed possible. I got two of these. I got a 64 gig for my S7, and I got this 128 gig for my S7 Edge. So those are the two that I went with personally. In my Tab S2, I have an Evo Plus, and that one is perfectly fine on that one, and I don't need a faster speed than that. But even like when I was transferring, so like I'd already had the 64 gig for this phone, but I wanted to switch that out and take it out of my Tab S2 and put it in my S7. So I got the Evo Plus for my Tab S2, and when I was taking one card to another, both from my computer, I could see such a dramatic speed difference in how quick one transferred. One transferred over everything on the Plus for the Pro one. It transferred everything over in about 15 minutes, whereas the other one took about 40 minutes. So again, that difference in speed adds up when you're moving things around. The Evo Plus is the one I got for my S7, and you're perfect. What are your thoughts on the HTC M10? We don't know enough about it yet, so yeah. Hi Ricky, how can I sponsor your channel? Contact me at asktheandroidguy@gmail.com. Tell me about the sponsorship opportunity, and if I'm interested, I will get back to you about it. That would be it. How much did you pay for the SD card, and where? So I got these two from Best Buy. Well, this one I got recently. This one I got from Best Buy. It was 89 bucks when I got it. It was on sale for 89 bucks, so that's what I got this one for. The 64 gig, I think I got that off of Amazon a while back. And I don't remember how much Amazon has it for. It's on 60. I'm just pulling it up for you guys right now on the spot. So Amazon has this 64 gig for 69.95 right now. So yeah, that's how much it would cost right now. The Evo Plus, which is still fine for the S7, that one costs 28.25 off of Amazon. So yeah, that one's fine as well. Um, can you use a micro SD card as internal storage for the S7? So no, you cannot use it as internal storage on the S7. It does not have. It starts with an A. Adaptive storage, something storage. I forget what it's called off the top of my head. It does not have that ability, but you can move the entire app to the memory card now. That is a hidden feature that's on my 10 hidden features video, and I show step by step on how to do it. So stay tuned for that hidden feature video. Yes, I'm shamelessly plugging my videos. So yeah. Yes, the S7 Edge has a big screen and is water resistant, but the storage of only 32 gig, I know is the memory. I know it has a memory card, but I want at least 64 gig. That is why I asked you the thought of coming out. Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, it's only going to come out 32 gig. Samsung has no plans for upping the storage on the Edge version. Any good wireless headphones for under $30? None that I can recommend off the top of my head, no. I recently encrypted my phone. Do you think that was necessary to secure move? No. Purpose. I don't look, if someone knows how to decrypt the phone, they're gonna. I mean, like, then they'll find a way around it no matter what. This is my thing always. It's like there's ways around it. It's so funny with the whole Apple security thing. It's like hackers know how to break into an Apple iPhone. The FBI doesn't, but hackers do. So it's like it's always funny. It's not the most special kind of encryption that's built in on there. Can I flash? I'm not sure about that flash for that particular model of the Note 5, so I'm not sure. Anything is possible, right? So yeah. All right, guys. If that's all the questions, then we might wrap this up. I do have some reviews coming out. For tonight. I'm going to do the Eddie the Eagle, which was a really great movie. I'll do the review for that tonight. And just kind of my recap of the Oscars video on the Mainstream Movie Guy channel. So I'll have that over there. But yeah, nothing else that I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys for always tuning in. And thank you guys always for watching. Do you think Samsung will bring a front-face speaker to the Note 6? I don't believe so. I believe that's a better chance of next year. But we'll see. Alright guys, thank you as always for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you give that like thumbs up before you close down the screen. It helps me out a lot. Alright, thank you as always for watching. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.